Welcome back to Bros in a
Hey.
Landfill. That's not a subway tunnel. We just finally hit China from the bottom of this barrel. Your hosts
Alright.
for today are the
Oh,
Ash Shootar.
wait. Was that it?
Yeah, that's it. Cause I
Yeah,
don't
you
want...
just got your quip stolen, bro.
You just got ninja,
Okay.
bro.
Alright.
You just
Sure.
got quip winked.
I don't know how to give better introductions than this is who you're talking to. So, introducing our new guest, Lunchbillion.
I'm not a new guest. I'm a regular who's on every month once.
And I'm DSY, and this is my first episode of Bros in a Landfill. I'm really excited to be on this podcast that I've never been on before in my life.
What episode is this again?
This is 39.
One, apparently.
31?
It's 39.
No, just one. Just one.
Oh my god. Okay. Hi everybody. Today we are going to be answering not all 36, but some of the 36 of the questions that fall in love to.
Yay!
So I guess I'll just read out the question.
So bring
and
out
we'll-
your heart-shaped glasses, everybody.
And before we read all 36.
I mean, look, the idea is just that they're interesting questions, and we didn't have a topic this week.
Don't tell them that we don't have a topic, Lunch.
We do that every week, anyways. Who
And
gives a shit
keep
anymore?
telling you
There's
guys
no
to stop.
veneer of competency here. I don't
keep
know
telling
what's
you
really
guys to
going on.
stop, even though this is my first episode, and I've never said anything to any of you before.
Yeah, man, you
ever.
little upstart.
Yes.
Dizzy,
yeah,
are you
so-
okay?
So there are these
No.
questions here. I'll read out the questions. We'll take turns reading them, and if you're not comfortable with one of the questions, then we can just skip it. Because if I remember, some of them are a bit dark for no reason.
Is your
um,
real name Frederick Rodrigo Sanchez? Pass. Is your
Man,
PIN
that's-
number 9999? Pass.
That is
Are
illegal to make your PIN number all four of the same number.
Well, I've just needed a BS PIN number. I don't care if it's real or not.
You don't want to accidentally give out someone's real PIN number in your fucking joke.
Well, I mean, if
Oh.
I chose any assortment of any four random numbers, I would be guessing someone's PIN number. But if they don't have the rest of the card and the first name, then it's probably still fine.
Okay, well, good to know we haven't, like, enabled any serious crimes.
Well, it's really good if you can't pick four of the same exact numbers, because that means I have a 0% chance of grabbing someone's random PIN number.
Or maybe not like illegal, but like not recommended.
Oh, I hope it's
Or maybe
illegal.
like the bank companies won't allow it.
I have. Okay, that's fine then, because that just means I've minimized the chances of causing a felony.
Good job, Dizzy.
Legal, but not recommended.
The Bros
Okay,
in the
question
Landfill needs
number
your
one.
help to defeat Gigagas, so we just need your PIN number.
Gigagas.
We need your PIN number, your expiration date, those three little numbers on
My
the back.
expiration date? Like, when I'll die?
Yes, May 5th, 2019.
Oh
Oh,
no.
fuck. This podcast is going to take a bad turn. That's today in my time zone. Anyway,
I need
okay,
to
so
go.
question number one. If you could invite anyone in the world to dinner, who would it be?
Is
Ooh.
it just one person?
Yes.
Do they have to be alive?
No.
Well, if they're not alive, then you'll be having dinner with the corpse, but still.
Well, okay,
So,
just for the
you think
purposes of this
You think
conversation,
I can't handle a
you
little
can grab
corpse
some.
smell?
Well,
They're
also they
actually-
might decline if they're dead.
Corpses
Like-
are very easy to fucking handle in this scenario. Like, you
what
don't have to
if
worry
you-
about embarrassing yourself.
Lunch?
It's true.
Oh man, my
Are the corpses sentient?
I
I
think there's
actually
something
haven't thought
wrong.
about this question at all.
I would say one of the bros in a landfill I would invite to dinner, but picking one over the other feels kind of dickish, so I'm not gonna.
You mean one over the other two? And besides, we all know your answer is me.
You wouldn't accept because you have a girlfriend.
That is absolutely correct.
Like if she's like just driving around the street, she sees you eating dinner with me. She's like, I can't
Nah.
believe it. She's like, what
Nah,
is?
she'd be understanding.
She'd say like, don't
She's
worry.
soft.
She'd say, don't worry, I understand. And then she'd pull out a knife and she'd shake me.
No, she wouldn't do that.
You would be slightly perturbed, but also happy that you have a yandere.
She's not a yandere.
I didn't know you were a yandere. Oh, I love you so much. And then she's like, Senpai noticed me. And then her heart bursts with joy. And then she dies. And you're like, God damn it, I forgot the first rule of yanderes. Never tell them you love them.
Holy shit, this is not related to the conversation, but there is a giant spider walking along the wall next to my computer, and it's freaking me out.
Kill it. Kill it with a shoe.
Joy.
If I could invite anyone in the world to dinner, it would be a spider extermination man. Someone specialized in single targets. Not eradicating a family, just this one. Just kill this one a lot. Holy fuck.
That scares me.
Hashtag just New Zealand things.
I actually would love to invite someone from like Ace Attorney Online or like the good old days to dinner. That would be really cool. Cause I never got to meet any of you guys. I'd love to like just to pick anyone like fucking. I don't know what Shadow Edgeworth is up to, man. Because he's not even on Discord anymore, but he's off cosplaying as Doctor Who and shit. And I like that guy.
Shoutouts to Shadow Edgeworth.
But not
Shout
Doctor
outs?
Who.
Alright.
Take that, BBC.
Anyone else want to answer the question, or should I move on?
Nah, fam. I'm good.
Okay, question
I've
number 2.
legitimately asked Sleuth out to dinner. We go to a fast food place. And if you mean asking someone from anywhere in the world, I would say no one, because I'm terrible, and we wouldn't get along.
Okay, well, on that...
We get along, Dizzy. I would go with you.
We get
I'll go to
along
dinner with
because
you.
you've never seen my hideous face. Don't look at me. I'm hiding my face. You can't see it, though, because we're talking over Discord.
Okay. Question number 2.
I actually have to drop out real fast. Not for, like, the...
Fuck!
Okay, well, we'll answer the question while you're gone.
Well,
It'll only take a minute.
This is gonna be the Lunch and Tar show for a moment, like our 2 shining stars. Except Dizzy's also a shining star.
Yeah,
Don't
but
worry,
he's a
Lunch
little
and Tar are the
dimmer
best
because he's in the
members of the
background.
podcast.
Would you like to be
thank you, Dizzy.
famous? Would you like to be famous, and in what way?
I'm hosting a podcast series.
Ah, hell yeah. That would actually be a great reason.
I would think that would be fairly obvious, considering that I've come on here for 39 episodes.
What do you
and only
think I'm
missed 2
doing
of them.
here? I'm gonna be famous.
This is gonna be my calling.
I would like to be famous, actually. I mean, like, not just to be famous for famous' sake, but I would like it if people knew who I was because I made something cool. I mean, I wouldn't want to be like an inconvenient, like Hollywood level of famous, but if I was just like moderately internet famous, I think that'd be cool. Cause I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the happiest medium.
Cause I just want to make cool shit on the internet and cool videos.
Want
and
people to see them.
stuff. Yeah, I
Otherwise,
want people
what's the
seeing.
point?
Exactly. It's more like I've struggled with this sometimes as an artist. Like, am I just fucking narcissistic and want everyone to like me? And a little, but
Oh, absolutely.
part
Every
of it.
artist is. Prove me wrong.
But it's not just
Don't
that.
prove me wrong,
It's
I
also
know I'm
like
wrong.
I want to being able to genuinely connect with an audience feels really nice, and so I would like to do that. It feels
Absolutely.
like one of the most important and valuable things that I can do with my hand that I've been dealt in this life.
Alright, that makes a lot of sense.
Question
Question
number 3.
3.
Okay, I should be letting you read out the
I
question
don't have
numbers.
the
It's a lot more interesting
questions
when you
in
do
front
it.
of me.
Before
don't
making a
have the
telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you are going to say? Why?
Yes, absolutely. Every
Absolutely,
damn
yes.
time.
Yeah, there's something like phone calls. I guess there's nothing except your voice, so like you really are more focused on not fucking it up. Like if you're talking to someone in real life and you pause for a bit, like they can see that you're thinking of the next thing to say, but on the phone you just fucking vanish for like 10 seconds. And it's like, what the hello? Like I don't know, there's something kind of high stakes about a phone call for some reason. Like,
well, it's what you just mentioned.
yeah, I guess so. But it's like, I, I think we think the stakes of a phone call are worse than they are. Like, like, I don't feel like if I'm on a phone call with somebody else, I'm not really bothered if they take a little while to get to what they were trying to say. But if it's one of those things where you feel like everyone's judging you more than they actually are. Okay, one thing that I do fucking hate though, like more than this, is leaving a voicemail, because then it has to be succinct
fuck voicemails.
and perfect, and it's like, oh, at least 30 seconds of it is gonna be me going, and the
Oh
and it
yeah,
makes me feel like
that's
an
me
idiot.
too.
Especially if it's like like I left a voice message to my boss the other day, and I just like felt like a stammering idiot. I'm like, well, I'm
I
sending this
was
to my employer.
absolutely a stammering idiot the one time I had to leave a voicemail.
Yeah, I'm glad it was only one time. Voicemails actually are just garbage, and they shouldn't exist anymore because we have texts. Like, it's just a way more convenient. I don't have to like call a number to like listen to someone's 40-minute ramble. I hate it when my mom leaves me voicemails because like they take like an hour. Like, you know what I was saying just now, people aren't bothered as much as you think. In this case, yes, they are. My mom's voicemails like take so fucking long. It's kind of funny. I'm gonna move on to question 4 because I don't want to keep.
I think
talking
my
about
phone like cut me off after 40 seconds of trying to leave a voicemail. I was that fucking bad at it.
That's amazing.
Anyways, question number 4.
What would constitute a perfect day for you?
Oh.
Well, why the trepidation? You
I
don't
need
know
to
what you
think.
want? That's fair. I don't know. I guess my immediate interpretation of this question is like, just all the things that I like, but contained within 24 hours. Like,
And how do you even do that?
I don't know, but it's a perfect day, right? So the standard's like pretty high. So,
yeah, exactly.
but I guess I have to make sure I don't run out of energy, because then it wouldn't be a perfect day. Yeah,
right, because then like perfect implies not only all good things, but also no bad things.
Perfect day sounds really stressful.
Well, God, you're like a real life fucking Eeyore sometimes, man. I love you, but the perfect day sounds really stressful.
For you to come back.
No, I've been here
okay.
since the phone.
So Dizzy, what constitutes a perfect day for you?
That's impossible, and I don't think about it ever.
I'm
glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here too.
I'm basically just having a good day if I accomplish anything.
Hey, well, there's a start.
Same.
I'm like,
okay.
I write a single roleplay post, and I ride that high for the next 2 hours.
Woo!
Okay, maybe not 2 hours.
Maybe 4 hours.
Maybe 2 minutes.
Damn, happiness is fleeting. I think my day I would.
I know, I fucking hate it.
I would work. I think my perfect day, I work on something creative of mine, but I'm in the zone rather than like just forcing my way through it. I'm like, whoa, I'm super into the zone. And I spend a couple hours animating like the most epic 2 seconds ever. But then also I get like to go somewhere nice for lunch with people that I like, and we all have a good time.
I just had a thought.
Some video games happen somewhere. That's pretty much it, really.
Lunch. I just had a thought.
Speaking of eating at nice places, recently I actually got to go to this one place called the Melting Pot. I'm pretty sure I said this on cast at some point, but that place is fucking amazing.
Shout outs to the Melting Pot.
Shout outs to the Melting Pot.
I was gonna say, guys, I think this question about the perfect day. Ouch! God, excuse me.
Dizzy's not having a perfect day.
I was gonna say, I don't think you can enjoy a perfect day because you won't realize you can enjoy a perfect day, but like you won't know, you won't realize it was a perfect day until it's already over, and you like
That
reflect
doesn't
on
mean it wasn't
everything.
perfect.
You reflect on everything you did that day, and then the satisfaction sets in. Because while you're doing it, while you're experiencing your perfect day, you'll probably just be scrambling to like do stuff. You'll be like constantly active and doing things and getting stuff done. And then like you're gonna go to bed, and you're like counting on your fingers the number of things you did, and you're like, shit, I got a lot done today. That was a good day.
Hell yeah!
It's like
That's
that's the thing about
honestly,
like
that's nice.
you won't realize you've had the perfect day until it's already over.
Tar,
I think the
lead us
biggest
into the
I
next
think the biggest
question.
question for my perfect day would be how much of it is spent sleeping.
Probably a good amount.
A perfect day for me is if I'm awake at 12 midnight and I go to bed at 12 midnight of the next day because I hate sleep.
Oh.
Perfect day is a day where I don't sleep at all and I'm just constantly doing things.
Well, look, this isn't about the perfect
That's-
week or the perfect overall sleep cycle. If your perfect day, you're awake for 24 hours straight, it's probably terrible for your overall health, but for the day, that's fine. It's
My
a
overall
hypothetical
health
good
doesn't
day.
matter. I'm not gonna live to be 30. It's fine.
Oh no.
Man, dude. Man.
Gosh, this is just we're trying to fall in love over here.
Yeah, we're trying to fall in love. God, well, it does make me want to give him a hug, so, like, that's kind of something. It is, like, inducing a desire for physical contact, so it's kind of working.
So it's working.
So
Maybe it is working.
is this the new rom-com drama thing of like the two people looking for love and their gothic friend? I would actually watch that if
I
it
would-
was
I
like a
would watch
kid's
that.
show.
Okay.
Two of them are looking for love. One of them is just looking for a place to sleep.
Question number 5.
Thank you. That was way better. When did you last sing to yourself or
Hello?
to someone else?
About 12 minutes ago.
Can you repeat that?
When did you last sing to yourself? To someone else?
Oh. When did I last sing to myself? Last night.
Actually, wait, hang on. What time was it? Actually, about an hour ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember it being that recent.
Actually,
I-
it wasn't that
I sang
far back.
the
It was like 30 minutes ago. Something
Oh.
like that.
I
I
was,
sing a lot. I
I
love
was-
singing.
I was
I love
singing
singing.
I was singing the Persona 2 opening theme soundtrack, or while I was working on the RPG Maker project. It's not a happy song, so I wouldn't recommend it to either of you.
I think I still have that infected mushroom song stuck in my head.
That's good. Actually, did you guys ever watch that one song I did post in the chat room? I'll
No.
openly endorse it on our podcast with 41 subscribers. By the way, shout outs to all 41 of you subscribed to us. We really appreciate it. We really do.
Hell yeah.
Yes, even though 5 of those are like us.
Doesn't matter, man.
I appreciate all of it. But anyways, yeah, there was a song I was listening to, or it's not. I don't. Is it song or is it music? Because there's no lyrics. It's just tunes.
Well, it's
You
still
don't
a
need to have
song.
lyrics for it to be a song.
I don't know what
it's-
I don't know what constitutes what, but it's called "Is That a Demo in Your Pocket?" and it's really really good.
All right.
It doesn't
Alright, I'll
sound
give
like
it a listen
song,
after
but
this, for sure.
It's really jamming.
I need to
I like
post
music.
Saeed.
I probably last sang to myself yesterday. I sang to myself like every day, because it's fun. The last time
Absolutely, it is.
sang to someone else though, like to someone else, that would have been a while ago. I used to in high school. I used to be in a band, and so I used to do a bit of singing then, but. I don't know. It's probably been several months at least since they sang to somebody. Like, cause I do slam poetry, which is an art form that people love to make fun of, and it probably deserves being made fun of. But I like it a lot, and
Fucking nerd.
I sang
and
to a friend.
I've got some. Sometimes I inject a little bit of singing into those just because it's interesting, breaks things up a bit. Yeah, there you go.
Question number 6.
Oh, okay.
If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
Fuck body.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fucking obvious. I don't like. What does it even mean to keep the mind of a 30-year-old? I mean, I guess it means that you
Means
don't like
you won't get Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I guess, but
Means
like
you won't get old people disease.
that's true.
Was
But
that too far?
I mean, there's that. But like that's not like I don't know. Like if you're lucky, then a lot of people still have their wits about them pretty much fine. You know, to
Yeah,
pretty old.
it's a lot of people. Yeah,
So
a lot
like
of people are
I don't
like
know.
that.
I mean, I guess it's like you could make sure that you don't get Alzheimer's,
Ow.
but like I wonder if there are like things about having an older brain that like you know,
Well,
sorry.
hang on now. Having the mind of a 30-year-old, does that mean that we can no longer accumulate wisdom?
Well, that's kind of what I'm wondering, you know, or like is there anything about the aging process of the well, it doesn't say even brain, it says mind.
Yeah,
So like it that kind of does imply that you're not going to like develop mentally in the same way that you would or emotionally in the same way you might if you were older. But
This
either
question
way,
needs grammatical fixing. It needs
mean,
to
I
be more
guess
specific.
I kind of
I'm
like it
calling
being
you out.
open.
36 questions.
Yeah.
You gotta specify. You want me to
so
fall in
here's
love?
an interesting twist. I feel like either way you're gonna make yourself a bit of an outcast. But on one, if you have the body of a 30-year-old when you're like 80, then you're like a fucking oddity to the world. You're like, you know, you're kind of like bypassing the human experience. There's something a bit uncomfortable about that to me.
I'm already an
This is-
oddity to the human world in a physical sense. I'm literally the lightest weight person that my doctor has ever examined. Like
Is he?
I've never before heard someone say to my mother, "You need to buy this kid more milkshakes." That was a doctor who said that. I was like, "Huh." And guess what? I still don't drink milkshakes.
Why
I
not?
would
Milkshakes are
prescribe
great.
a million cheeseburgers.
Do you know why, Tar? I'll give you one very simple answer for why I don't drink milkshakes. Do you know how much milkshakes cost?
Oh, that's true.
Those things ain't cheap, and I don't have a job.
I mean, there are like cheap ways to eat too much fucking.
I don't want to eat too
But
much.
yeah,
That sounds like a
no.
recipe for killing myself.
I mean, there are also like
Look, I'm
like,
grim.
Sounds
people
like you're
just
killing yourself right now, man.
Well, yeah, but I'd rather die slowly, so slowly I don't feel it, than just kill myself with high cholesterol.
yeah, but then you'd get to eat a bunch of delicious shit.
I already get to eat a bunch of delicious shit by prolonging my
some-
life.
Some people just have a hard time like putting weight on anyway. Like definitely
Some
I've known
people,
people who are super
some
skinny
people don't have a
and
choice.
they'll eat heaps, and it just happens.
Some people
All
don't
right.
have a choice, which is why I donate to people with the clinics for people with
So-
obesity.
Huh?
It's a
So
serious
what can I
it's a
say,
serious
buddy?
problem.
It is.
It really is. Yeah.
Well then. Okay.
This
gotta help
this next question is like very very appropriate to the kind of conversations we've been having. Tar, could you lead us on?
Question number 7.
Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die?
Secret. Oh, thank you, motorcycle. Very cool.
I'm just this question is just making me think, geez, how dark have I been this whole episode? Just
Very.
I'm sorry, I'm not in a good mindset. This is why it's my first and last episode.
Well, if you're in a bad headspace, this is probably a great time to talk about your secret death hunch.
My secret death hunch is that I will absolutely die by sheer accident, which is
Like,
really
Some like,
like, I'm gonna
someone
be-
will accidentally like drop all their marbles and be like, "Oh no, my marbles!" and you'll be walking down the street and you'll slip over on the marbles and you'll hit your head on a street sign.
I mean, like my washing machine will break and I won't know how to fix it, and I'll just say like, screw it, I'll just do it myself, and then it'll turn on and kill me, or I'll be like opening a window on the 30th floor and then trip and fall out of it. Just complete accidents.
I think I'm just going to die as a consequence of the inevitable heat death of the Earth.
You're gonna
Whoa.
live that long?
No, I live that short.
Yeah, because compared
they
to
say I'm
all
grim.
of infinity, it's actually a very small amount of time.
Hashtag environmental rant.
I guess my answer to this question would be no. Moving on.
Moving on. Question number 8.
This one is about you and the one other person that you're with, so I don't think this is applicable to the three of us.
No, that's fine. I'll
Move-
just
move
disappear.
again.
No,
Wait.
Okay, fine. Okay. The question
I want to
is,
hear it first before I decide that.
name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common.
All right, I'm ducking out. You guys do it together.
Well, hello there.
Yeah, I'm the only one this applies to, since we've already established I have a girlfriend. Moving on.
Moving on to number 9.
Jeez. Tyler,
Question number 9.
did you have
That
to?
was a dick move, but you know what? I can't come up with this shit on the spot.
Don't
Hey,
worry,
look,
Tar,
there are
I can't do that.
36 questions. We're not gonna we don't have to savor every morsel. For what in your life do you feel most grateful?
Bros in a landfill.
Oh,
I'm
that's
glad,
really
Disney.
sweet to say that.
I love
just
you.
halfway into your first episode.
Well, it sounds sweet, but I'm actually a yandere, so it's kind of creepy.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not. I'm grateful for the podcast too. I don't know about most grateful.
Square up, Dizzy.
Square up, bitch.
What does that mean? Oh, okay.
That's a
Knife.
big
You want me to knife?
question. What do I feel most grateful for? Because there are a lot of things to be grateful for. I'm grateful to have life at all. I don't know what or who I'm grateful to. I mean, maybe my parents. for I guess that's why I'm alive.
Oh, he's squaring up. He's squaring up.
Hold me back, bro. Hold me
Lunch
back.
Senpai is mine, Tar.
Ah, fuck.
I'm grateful for my parents instilling in me a sense of individuality and wanting to do whatever I want to do.
I'm grateful for holding a job for damn near 4 years, because that's going to help a lot when I'm trying to get ahead.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I'm happy for you.
It means I have workplace experience. It's gonna be easier for me to get my next job.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what's your next job?
Hopefully as a graphic designer.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
Why not do both though?
I need to continue working on the Bros in the Landfill logo. I've been slacking on that.
Man, you're a graphic designer. You got a
That's
graphic
gonna be a
designer.
portfolio piece too. Shit.
Tar, you need to work on living every day one day at a time, and you gotta keep chugging
How do
along.
you live
like
all the days
train.
at once?
Dizzy,
You live in life one
Dizzy,
day at a time. Living day
Dizzy,
one
you
life
know
at
me
a
at
time.
this point. I'm defined by my plate being stacked higher than a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, and that roller coaster ride it's gonna keep going up, and you're gonna go up with it, and eventually you're gonna hit the
This
sun.
is
I'm
a
trying
bad
to
analogy
figure
because
out
a
if
roller
that
coaster
was-
is more fun when
Oh
it's
wait, that
going
doesn't
down.
happen anymore.
I'm trying to figure out if that was supposed to be inspirational or prophetic of my doom.
On that note, let's move on to question 10.
Question number 10.
This might get a little. This is a little personal, so if you want to skip out on this question, feel free. But the question is, if you could
The
change
answer is
anything,
seahorses.
if you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, cool.
Really?
We're on the same page.
I'm very strongly in favor that time travel and stuff of that nature should not be attempted or tampered with.
Okay, so you're worried about the cosmic forces.
Oh,
of the
you're worried
universe.
about time paradox.
I am who I am because of the things that have defined me in the life that I've lived, and I wouldn't want it to change.
You know what? That's
And
fucking
I
awesome.
think-
That's what I think.
But at the same time, if someone had a time machine, I'd become very insecure that something would go very, very wrong. I'd become
it's
very,
like a
very
mixture of,
concerned.
You want to keep time and space safe, but you also value your individual experience, even if like some of it was negative and some of it was positive, because it's you, and so
Yeah.
you can't fuck with that like series of building blocks.
Yeah, I don't think it's a. I think it's a good idea to keep things
Lunch,
like
why
that
are you this wise old guru?
because Lunch is just awesome. Tara's awesome too, but he's
Well,
a different
thank
brand of
you.
awesome.
Well, I just
I'm the zany one.
I
Hi,
like
kids.
these kind of questions, you know. Well,
I'm
I feel like what you just said, like about not wanting to change who you are, like for all the like self-deprecating things you've said today, there's like a real value. There's like
on
a real
your first episode of Bros
on your
in the
first
Landfill,
episode
your
ever.
my first
debut.
episode.
that's like that is a as an answer that really values like who you are and what your experience was, and it's probably I feel like that was a more positive thing to say than you might have realized. Moving on to the next question.
I think everyone should
Question
be happy with
number
who they are.
11.
Okay.
That reminds
Yeah,
me. I
I-
remember someone on the topic of being who you are. I remember I was talking
I
about
guess
this
not.
with
That's fine.
like one of my aunts, I think, about like motivational things that are trying to be motivational, but they really don't come across like bad motivational advice. And then one of them was like, "Be yourself, because everyone else is taken." And we were laughing about that. We were like, "That's not motivational. That sounds like you're second best."
Yeah.
we were joking about that. Like,
I guess
be
I'll
yourself.
settle for me.
Yeah, like settle for yourself. You can't be anyone else. You gotta be you. We're like laughing about it. And we're like,
I feel like the
"That's not
implication is like you're
motivational."
the literal last choice of all of humanity. Every other person's taken. Sorry. There are like 7 billion of us. And you're
Well,
left over.
We're like, yeah, like, oh, thanks. I'm so glad to be me.
Oh
Just
man.
could we switch bodies? Well, I would, but you're you. Ooh, and you're like, oh man.
Man.
Sorry, this life's taken. Just oh.
It's mine. Okay, so I don't know if question 11 is such a great idea because it would take a while, but it says take 4 minutes and tell the other person your life story in as much detail as possible. So
In Westville,
I think we
Philadelphia,
can skip
born
over
and
that one,
raised,
Yeah, I
and the
think-
playground is where I spent most of my days. But I don't know.
I fucking love you. How long is that song though? You have to add a few more verses.
It's like a minute, I think.
All right, let's move on to the next question. That question makes more sense in like a date context where it's like just you and another person, not when there's like 41 whole subscribers.
And a couple
Question
of
12.
guys. Okay, sorry.
Tyler,
Question number 12. I'm
Thank you.
sorry.
if you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
Ooh. Oh.
My answer to this question is simple and maybe a bit stifling, but I feel the same way that Dizzy felt about the other question, where it's like I don't want to magically have a new quality or ability because that's not how things are supposed to work. Like, I'm the result of my past, and if I make future actions, then maybe I can earn the ability to fucking play the flute or some shit, you know? Like, I'm meant to be built from experiences, so I don't want to just have
Lunch
a thing.
would want to play the flute.
I don't know. It's an example.
Okay, well, let's play devil's advocate and say, like, what if you were like 5 years old when you were asked this question, and it's like a natural talent
Oh.
you were just sort of born with?
If I was 5 years old, I'd probably
I feel like I would get this question mixed up between like natural abilities and superpowers.
Yeah, like I want to fly.
yeah, it's like, sorry kid, that's not how it works.
Imagine like someone's like, I have the power to fly. They're like, sure you do. It's like, no, really. And he pulls out his airplane license. It's like, oh, you tricked me.
If I was 5, I think at 5 years old, you're like, this is pre I want to change myself. It's like you don't as a kid that young, you're not like, you know what, I really gotta work on some things. Or at least I wasn't. I was like, I like trains.
I like trains too.
Thomas the Tank
Let's be
Engine.
friends.
Yeah,
Me?
exactly.
Oh, Lunch. Have you seen that one thing?
What one thing?
Hold on. You guys just keep talking. I'm gonna find a good picture of it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I feel like in the context of now, the one ability I would like to magically wake up with is an actual work ethic.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that was almost my immediate thought to this question.
Thomas
But
the
I
Tank
feel like
Engine.
it's against the whole like it's almost a paradox
Oh.
to wish to magically get a work ethic because like that's like the antithesis of a work ethic. So like it feels wrong. I wish I had a work ethic. Like
you
what the
know
fuck
what?
are you
You're
talking
absolutely
about?
right.
All right, let's move on to the next question while Dizzy finds a picture of something.
Oh, I posted the picture
No,
already.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
It's a train Gundam.
Oh my god, I love it.
It's Thomas the Tank Engine Megazord.
Okay, when we're editing the podcast, can we please put this image in the middle of it during this segment? Thank you. Moving on to question number 13? Yes.
Question number 13.
Out of 36.
We're making good progress.
If
Let's
a
just skip to
crystal
36.
ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
Nothing.
I don't know. I'd be interested to know what's going on in like the year like 3007.
So like way after.
3007 specifically.
Okay, well that if it's just anything, if I would
Well-
like to see the future too, I guess. Like well after my life.
Well, cause like 3007 specifically, because that one Black Eyed Peas song already covers 3008 as opposed to 2000 and late. So 3007, I'd get some new information.
Will we ever have hover cars? Crystal ball, please tell me. The crystal ball shines, and then it words appear and it says "try asking later."
Damn it! Try asking in the year 3007.
Try asking again.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to know something gimmicky. I don't want to know too much about like my current time. Like, if I found out that fucking there was some horrible cataclysmic event in my time, I'd rather just not know about it and then get blindsided with what the fuck? It's an earthquake. Everyone's dead. Because I'd be happy up until that point.
It's kind of like
I
with the
feel
whole
like
Bardock
I
thing.
would use the crystal ball to look forward to around the year 2050 just to see if we've actually got our act together.
Right, that could be a good motivator to get your act together if you haven't.
What if
in the future.
2050? What if we stop doing the show in 2049 though? So we don't know what happens. So 2050 is just we're not there, but you don't see up to that point. You just see 2050, and you see that we stopped doing this show, and you're like, oh no, we failed, but we didn't fail. But then you change the future because you think we failed.
Dizzy. I'm talking about humanity as a whole.
Oh.
You thought I was just talking about the mere bros in a landfill? I'd use a crystal ball for bros in a landfill?
I'd use the crystal ball for immortality so I could beat Frieza.
Okay, let's move on.
Question number 14.
Is there something you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it? Ow.
Dear.
I'm trying, goddamn you. I'm working on it, all right? Jeez, I'm a slow worker. I have a bad work ethic. I can't just magically wish one up. Come on, 36 questions.
Yeah.
Don't be so mean.
Okay, Dizzy, I feel like you're mocking me.
No, I'm just... I was not intentionally doing that, but upon reflection, I was inadvertently. I was like, hey, wait a
Yes.
second, I am kind of making
you're
fun of Tom,
fine.
right? Yeah, I've been
Motherfucker.
working. I've been working on
you're
being
fine.
a writer for a while. It hasn't been going well.
I feel like a lot of people I think a lot of people are in that same boat. I think that's why this question is here, because it's very common for this kind of situation.
I was gonna say, I know that this question does apply to me, but I'm blanking on how it does.
The question is here to like fucking probe your defenses. I mean, you're trying to fall in love with somebody. It's very intimate. to
Well, you're
give them your
supposed to
fucking
say-
dreams that you haven't realized.
You're supposed to
Um,
say the only dream I haven't realized is being with you for the rest of my life. And they say, "Wow, that's so shallow," and then they get up and leave, and you're like, "Damn it!"
Damn it, we didn't
The
get up
book
to
lied to me.
36. I would've-
And this has been Bros in the Landfill? Question mark?
Are we out of time?
No.
Nah, we still got time.
Okay, well, we don't
That
want to
wasn't
do all
even supposed to
36.
be like a real ending.
Well, well, how about we give ourselves a number to get up to, and then we'll be done.
Okay.
So we're on
If
14 now.
If it's 36, let's get up to
18?
Yeah, that sounds good.
18? Sure. All right. Well, I guess I'll answer this question. Yeah, sort of. I've dreamed of like just making a bunch of cool creative shit and putting it out there and putting out consistently and people liking it, and that's it. But like that could take the form of a lot of things. I've got quite a number of projects kind of going on. So I just hope some combination of them leads to like the kind of output that I would like.
I feel like I'm somewhere in between you two. Like, I feel like being a writer would be my, like, absolute dream job, as much as I say it isn't. Just because, like, being a writer isn't a... It's not a feasible career choice. Yeah, I'm not gonna be the next Suzanne Collins.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like a friend of mine is a writer, or like he does do like a lot of, you know,
I
Like,
mean, like,
writing-
fiction author.
well, I mean, I'm saying he does a bit of boring writing and fiction writing. Like he's got like a few like self-published like novels, but he also like does lots of freelance writing work for like fucking people's blogs and like newspaper columns and shit. Like not that that's like your fucking dream future, but like you can like get a job as a
Oh,
writer.
absolutely. I feel like I would be a horrible journalist.
I was gonna say, like, it's not just writing. I in fact, what's probably keeping me back is I have a lot of like life goals or like things I want to do, but I have like zero drive and I'm always sleeping all day.
When did you turn into me, Dizzy?
I think we just came from the same place.
Wow. Mother
South Dakota?
Mother Earth. Damn.
We came.
I liked my answer better.
Question number 15.
Question number 15 is
Question? What's a question?
what is the greatest accomplishment of your life?
Greatest accomplishment.
Waking up in the morning.
Oh, I mean, that's humble and kind of sweet.
I mean, it technically is what gets the ball rolling to accomplish all your best feats. So if you
That's
want
true. It's your grand accomplishment, you know.
be technical about everything.
I don't know. I guess I'm proud of the fact that I finished Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth on when I was streaming every Friday. It was the only game I ever
fucking
finished
love
of
you,
my
Dizzy.
streaming career.
What is the greatest accomplishment of your life? Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
Actually, I was gonna stream that game later on today because it's the 1 year anniversary since I started streaming.
Wow. Well,
And that was the
congrats.
first game that I
Congrats.
streamed.
Happy anniversary, my good buddy.
It doesn't really count though because I stopped streaming like 4 months ago. So
Oh,
I'm getting back in the saddle though.
Well, there you go. You're on the saddle. You were on the saddle a year ago, and you're on the saddle now. So
oh
you're good.
boy.
Cool.
Fuck. What's my greatest accomplishment? That's. I honestly don't really know how to answer this. I mean, I would like to point at some of the art I've done, or maybe some of my poetry stuff, but like none of it really feels like my greatest accomplishment. I'd say that this is a work in progress for me, and leave it at that.
I think that's probably the best course of action for me too.
Alrighty,
So there we go.
lead us in.
Question number 16.
What do you value most in a friendship?
Oh jeez.
You know what? I
Banter?
have the weirdest answer for this, and I think actually, never mind. It's not that weird because I think Tar just kind of said it. What I value in a friendship is I want my friends to fucking shit talk me because I feel like that. I feel like
Dizzy,
that.
you're a fucking moron.
It's a thing. No, it's a thing I was thinking about. It's like I actually feel less secure in friends if we're like just always talking about like the other in like this ways. Like I like my closest friends are ones that I argue with and ones that I like kind of like we can even swear at each other. We can swear with each other. We don't always agree. Me and Troy have like a lot of back and forths, and we don't even agree on like the same thing. We don't. Both of us don't like Persona 5. We don't even agree on why we don't
On
like
why you
Persona
don't
5.
like it.
Yeah, and it's
Dizzy,
and
don't make me get the spray bottle.
and it's stuff like that. I like a friend who we're so close we can like fucking yell at each other, and then the next day we like come back and we're like, "So how was your morning?" And it's like, "Oh, it was alright."
That's really sweet.
Had a bagel.
That is the best kind of friendship.
Yeah, well, because I guess what my answer is gonna be is it's sort of connected in that like, I, how do I say this? I like friendships to be honest. I think you shouldn't have to try to be anyone other than who you are. And if you're both in that level of comfort with each other, then you can shit talk each other, or you can comfortably disagree on something or have an argument, but you can come back and, it's all good. So yeah, I guess my answer would be transparency.
Yeah.
Like obviously everyone connects on like on different things, so it's not uncommon to be a slightly different person on other people, but like as little filter as possible, I think is what I like.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, you say that, but like I'm friends with you guys, and at the same time, I'm like, I gotta stop talking. Like I wake up in the morning and I'm like constantly deleting stuff before I say it because I'm like, that's a little too, whatever.
The whole, man, like the whole premise of our show is that we talk for too long. So like, don't worry
Guys, I
about
woke up with a spider on my face. You know what? They don't need to know that.
That's fucking. You just reminded me that there's a spider in my room, but I don't know where he is now, which is actually more scary.
Let me get you some appropriate music. Except let me not, because this music is literally titled Panic. So let's not.
Okay, while Dizzy fetches that,
No,
question number. Wait, which one are we doing?
17. We're going on to number 17.
Question number 17.
What is your most treasured memory? Man,
my most
these questions
treasured?
really fucking. They're getting in there now.
I don't think I have an answer for this question, actually.
Well, me neither off the top of my head, but I'll give it a second to think about it.
I'm struggling too.
Most treasured?
Most treasured memory.
Like the most fond thing I like to look back on? Is that?
You can treasure it for
that could fit the criteria of
treasured
memory.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of memories I have are bad memories, honestly. But like I said before, it's like the past is how I got to the present. So
Yeah, well, a memory could be bad, but like important to you,
Yeah. So I'm like, like, I'm not saying pass. I'm saying I don't think I have an answer to give.
Right.
I feel like I have an answer that could be correct, but isn't like that could apply to most people, but like isn't the correct answer.
Okay.
And now that I've said that, I realized I'm valuing this a lot less than other people, and I feel like a bad person for it.
I don't know, because you know what, I think I'm in the same boat too, because I'm like remembering stuff too, like big important moments, like big things that happened in my life, things that have happened recently in my life especially, and I'm like, these are memories and stuff that are important to me, but would I say that it's my most treasured? Would I say that I treasure these moments at all?
Try.
Sorry, Tar.
How dare you pull up
first Dizzy and now you!
It's just
You gotta cut us some slack, man. It's a 3-letter name that begins with T.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say signing the contract for my apartment, but I don't feel like that is the correct answer.
I don't think there is a correct answer. Like, if that's
No, like, there is a correct answer. Like, most treasured memory, like, that is something that is objectively number one in your mind.
but
There
like,
is a
no,
correct
is that?
answer.
But
That is
if-
how this question is designed.
but are you? What if this is your
Oh,
most
I
treasured
see what
memory
you mean.
because it's the one that you're currently treasuring the most? It's the question is not what is your most treasured memory of all time, just what's your most treasured memory.
I think
Maybe
Todd, you
I've-
treasure the feelings of signing the contract for your apartment more than more than you treasure the actual action of doing it or the memory of the action of
Yeah,
doing
I
it.
think it's probably what it means.
So that
See,
still
the
doesn't
thing
really.
is like I remember like feeling like I'm not ready for it. Like that's how I like.
And
That's
look
how
how
I
wrong
always
past
felt
Tar was.
before moving on to that next big thing in my life, like graduating high school. Oh fuck, I'm not ready for college. Like moving out of the house. Fuck, I'm not ready to take care of my own place. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
I don't have those thoughts. I jump. I don't look before I leap, and I've jumped face first into the fire multiple times.
How did that work out for you?
I crawled back out of the fire, and then I went back onto the rocks that I jumped off of, and I was like, maybe I'll try again in a couple months.
You cut out there. Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
did Disney
So what about-
disappear?
You guys
Disappear.
disappeared.
Ask why.
Oh, sorry. You cut out for a bit, and we heard. Then I got back on the rocks, and I thought maybe I'll.
Oh, well, that's all right. You'll just have to hear when the episode's up.
Damn it!
That's fair.
Son of a bitch.
All right, last one. Question number 18.
I didn't say what my most treasured memory
Oh,
may or
I'm
may
sorry.
not be.
Yeah, come on, Tar.
Hey,
I called you
So
Tar.
I did.
I thought you said. Ah!
I actually don't
I'm sorry,
think I
I'm a
have
bad
one,
person.
but I think my thought is like, I have trouble with this idea just because like, I kind of have problems with like the idea of nostalgia or like trying to. It's really hard for me to try and like pick up my feelings about something in the past and like try and like wring out any more happiness out of it because it's gone. Like, I'm not. There are a lot of games where like a year or two ago I replayed the Mass Effect trilogy, which was like super like fucking seminal game series for me, or it was like this is like one of my favorite things ever. And replaying it, I couldn't access it. I was too like detached. I was like, I'm not in the experience anymore. It's gone. This energy's already dead. And so I don't know. I find it hard to treasure memories like that without like just feeling like I'm trying to pick up ashes.
You brought up nostalgia, and that made me think back to like playing the beginner levels of Super Monkey Ball 2.
Oh hell yeah!
But like not for the first time. Like now that I'm experienced with it, like whenever I play the beginner levels, like I get this feeling that I can't describe. I think probably that's nostalgia.
I
But God, like that feeling is something else.
I have the weirdest opinions of nostalgia because I think I try too hard to quantify it, even though it's like an emotion. Because I'm like, when it comes to video games, I'm like super freaking like, what do you call it? Like, inspect everything. I guess like
You're analytical.
I'm overly analytical, and I'm the one saying that, so that means that I have to be at least 60% true or 60% correct.
I like confidence.
I pulled that number out of my butt. I'm not gonna lie, but it's like I play games from my past, and some of them are like, I was like, this game, I remember this game being good, and then I play it, and I'm like, yeah, it was good, and then I get a headache because then I think, is it good because it's a good game, or is it good because nostalgia? And then I start banging my head on the wall, and I'm like, well, it has everything I look for in a game, or it's like, or am I just inferring that because I remember liking it, and then I play it again, and then I still like it, and I'm like, so is it a good game, or do I just think it's a good game?
I think you need to like look at like what is good.
No,
Good means it was enjoyable
Well, except he
and
said that
it was
like,
valuable to
this
me.
game had. He said that the game has everything he thinks is good.
But that's
And then
not
there's-
He
really
said that
about what it's
already.
about. Like, it's like
I'm like,
the experience was positive. What other reason
Well,
is there to quantify what's good and bad?
because I have to. I play other things too. Like there's some games that I question, is this what nostalgia feels like? Like there's this old Yu-Gi-Oh game on PlayStation 1. It's a terrible Yu-Gi-Oh game. I recommend to zero people, but I love it because I played it as a kid. And that's literally the only reason I like it. I'm like, this game is terrible, but I love it. And I'm like, is that nostalgia? Like liking a thing even though it doesn't meet your own standards, but because you used to like it and it reminds you of when you didn't have those standards? I don't know how to feel about this.
I miss not having standards.
I don't. Not having
Uh,
standards leads to the acceptance of terrible stuff.
I don't know.
Okay. Now, last question. Question number 18.
This is just when I
Um,
spiral out of control and start like turning into the Tasmanian devil.
This question seems like it could be a little too raw, so we can skip it if we want to. But the question is, what is your most terrible memory?
Ooh.
Same
Um,
as I refer you to my previous comment of I don't think I have an answer to give.
Oh, I thought you were gonna refer to your previous comment of I woke up with a spider on my face.
No, I refer you to my previous comment where I turn into the Tasmanian devil. I'm gonna spin around now. Oh no, it's Warner Brothers. No, I was kidding. It was a joke. No, don't copyright claim me. No, please.
And this has been Bros in a Landfill.
my
Signing
most
off.
You guys
terrible
didn't give your
memory
answers.
is
Oh.
this is not like a specific instance because this has happened a lot, like a couple of times. Uh, There's some competition. Oh, actually, I know what it is. My because like every now and again, like you'll have it, or I'll have a day where I'll think this might be the worst day of my life, but I've forgotten what that day was, like every time except for once. But the last time it happened was not that long ago, so who knows if it's really the worst one. But damn it, my original idea for this answer was like less vulnerable. But now that I thought what the real one is, I'm like fuck. But now I've already started talking. The day my girlfriend and I broke up, I've talked to you guys a bit about this before, but I recently got a job at Subway, which is like my first real job, and they're basically teaching me how to close the store by myself. So that's like a 8 to 9 hour shift where it's just me there and I have to keep everything going, and yeah, so I was really stressed out about it because I wasn't ready. They're pushing me into it a little earlier than usual because they're understaffed, and I was very worried about my relationship. I thought, everything feels wrong. And during my lunch break, which is for some reason 2 hours until an 8-hour shift, I kind of asked like a bit more point blank, like, oh, are we still doing this? And like I didn't get like a straight answer then, but the answer was like it was very clear that like, oh, this is over. And so I was already really nervous about my shift, but then it was like, now I have to like try my best to, like, I was too busy to have an opportunity to process what the fuck just happened and how everything had changed in like a second. And I was just, God, it was really fucking brutal, man. Like, I was just trying to hold together in front of all these customers and stuff, and like I was fucking things up because I wasn't really ready. I ended up being there like 2 hours later than I was meant to be because like catching up on things. I like forgot how to like do something, and I called my boss who said he'd be there, but it was too late, and so he'd probably gone to bed. So I was just there. I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do, and yeah, I kind of just like broke at that point. Like, I was just fucking washing dishes and like I'm like yelling at dishes.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Oh.
That was like, I think that was my worst day ever. And this has been Bros in a Landfill?
Well, hey, before we close off, I gotta tell you, man.
Sure.
Even if that was the worst day ever, it's past
Okay,
now.
I guess I'm not allowed.
That means that from here on out, man, it's the only way is up. And we
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
your
right?
back. We got
No.
your backs.
Oh, wait.
You
Thanks,
were,
man.
you were, okay. I understand now. I overreacted.
It's
Neat. Okay.
it's a bit of a I don't feel like I have the words that I want to say, but I want to say something, and it's like,
It's okay, Dizzy.
I don't know.
I,
This is
I,
like really.
I get it, and I appreciate it.
And it's difficult to end an episode on such a sour note. So why don't we do mine? Because mine aren't quite as bad, I don't think.
Yeah. Okay. What do you got?
I've got a toss up between two. The first one isn't really. It's not that bad, but so I've actually had girlfriends before Tiny Hat. So my ex, she broke up with me on my birthday.
Ah,
Ooh.
fuck. That is a terrible present.
What is it with people and getting broke up with at like the worst possible times?
That is such a bad
Before your
present.
shift on your birthday? Am I gonna get a girlfriend and then is my grandma gonna die and then I'm at her funeral? I got a text message, we're not doing this anymore, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Guess it was my turn. Oh yeah. Well, that fucking sucks, dude. It's a bad birthday.
Well, we hadn't been going out for very long. It was like maybe 4 months.
Still like.
Actually, no. Hang on. 4 months is actually highballing it.
Still a bummer.
It was 3
Well, I
months
guess not
and
as,
28
like-
days.
We didn't really
Not super life wrecking or anything.
It's not like super heartbreaking, but
4
I
months.
still had an attachment, you know.
Well, obviously you're dating her.
Dating, quote unquote. I didn't have a car or money or anything yet, so it was
Yeah.
pretty hollow. But yeah, she didn't know it was my birthday that day, and she hit me with the "It's not you, it's me."
Ugh.
Well, at least she didn't hit you with the "it's not me, it's you" thing.
Some
mean
people would
version of
like
the
to
cliche.
contest that. I'm not entirely sure what's so bad about the "It's not you, it's me" myself, but
Well,
you know,
it's
the
like
other.
using a cliche to do something really personal, I guess feels a little not cool.
I've said the phrase "it's not you, it's me" many times, but that's because I really am just a horrible person to be around.
No, it's okay for me to say it because I am literal garbage.
Yeah. I
You have to-
never
We
Don't-
are all literal
don't be
garbage. That's
insulted.
why we're hanging out in the landfill.
I never have to worry about girlfriend troubles because no one will ever date me. And if a girl ever asked me out, I would look her in the eyes and I would say, "You can do so much better than me."
Is that
Um,
like a? What if she thinks it's like a mind game, like a super fucking like power play to see like how much she actually wants you, and then it's like, wow, this guy's fucking bold. Then you won't be able to get rid
No.
of her.
No, I just like really
then
have
my
no
other-
self-confidence.
oh, they're coming for us.
Oh fuck.
The girlfriend
Oh.
police.
Girlfriend police.
Oh no.
You know, the
Gross
fire
guy.
engine. Girlfriend fire. Fuck. The other one I had. This was back when I was in 6th grade. I had just been diagnosed with autism.
What?
And I don't want.
Oh,
I don't want that to be a big thing. Like,
Okay,
yes, I'm
plot
autistic.
twist, but
I
okay.
have Asperger's syndrome.
I thought you were gonna.
I
I
don't-
thought you were about to say something else, and I was like, "Holy crap! How are you still alive?" Oh, autism. I thought you. Oh, whoops.
Not lethal.
I thought you were gonna say
Yeah, I don't
something
want.
else.
I don't want that to be a big thing.
No, it's fine.
Like, I don't want people to like endorse us purely because one of the hosts has autism. Like,
Wow.
I don't
Whatever,
think
I'm
it's something
putting
that should be
in our fucking
sensationalized.
advertising.
You mean too, right?
I don't think my Asperger's is something that should be sensationalized. But anyways, I had
Yeah,
just
sure.
been diagnosed with autism. It'd been a long day, and we had just gotten done with a theater performance. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I was Charlie.
Okay.
So we were getting ready to have our cast party. I forgot that the cast party was right after school. I thought it was at 5. So I leave the school and I go to look for my mom's car. Except she wasn't there. So I thought, okay, she wasn't in her usual spot. So I think, okay, that's cool. I'll just wait for her. And then she didn't show up. I didn't see where her car actually was. She was actually parked like right in front of the school instead of like toward the back.
Right.
Where I had learned to look for her. So I was like, okay, this is weird. I don't see her anywhere. Maybe she's still on her way. Maybe she got held up. So I decided to start walking home, looking for her car along the way. I didn't see it. By the way, my house was 8 miles from the school.
Dang.
Wow. God damn.
So I, like, a part of the way through was just like, oh, well, I guess I'm committed to this now. And everybody started worrying for me. The police got involved.
Oh dear.
Right. Well, I mean, it's when you're a kid, it's easy to make that kind of decision.
That reminds me of like
actually kind of a big deal. Damn.
I was gonna say
I had to take drugs that morning, so my mother keeps saying like I wasn't in the right state of mind, but I'm like, no, that still seems pretty logical to me.
No, it was like a norm. Like, I can absolutely believe that a kid would do that.
Jeez, now you're making me want to spill my guts about my terrible grade school experiences.
Okay.
Like there was one day I was like hanging out with Sleuth and his friends, but the thing about Sleuth's friends is that they didn't like me at all. They were Sleuth's friends. They weren't my friends. And when I was in grade school, I was a huge brat, as opposed to now where I'm a moderate-sized brat.
I've gotten a bit bigger since then.
So they picked on me and they made fun of me and stuff, and I got really, really angry. So I ran home by myself without telling anybody. And I was
How far away was it?
It was not nearly as far as Tar's house was from his. I actually made it to my house. I
almost made it to mine.
Wow.
I made it to my home. It was the first time I ever
3
walked
hours, like 3 hours of walking later is when like I was getting
8 miles in 3 hours.
I walked 8 miles in 3 hours.
Dang,
in
Tar.
6th grade.
I thought this was your like most terrible memory, not your most fucking epic memory.
You need to
get a medal.
And this has been Bros in a Landfill, signing off.
I didn't finish my story.
That's right. Oh, wait,
Dizzy
didn't
hear the end of
finish
Dizzy's
his story.
story.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Double take out.
Well, basically after I ran home crying because I was so mad, and then I got to my house, and then my mom, after like half an hour, got to the house with Sleuth, and then she yelled at me.
Right, I can... that fucking sucks.
And then the other story was during a Christmas play, I accidentally poisoned myself.
What?
You what?
Well, I say poisoned. It was not like as super... okay, I have like a severe allergy to nuts. Like,
you're one of those people.
If I ingest any kind of nut, from peanut to almond to cashew to anything, like I will start dying, like pretty rapidly. And then it was after a Christmas play. We were having like a big party thing, and like I grabbed some cookies because I was like a 5-year-old kid, and I was like, I love chocolate chip, and I took a big bite, and the cookie was full of peanut butter, and my mouth. My mouth was stuck closed. I could not open it, and I was freaking out, and I was trying to gesture to my family that I thought there was a problem with the cookie, but my family couldn't understand me. They thought I wanted them to eat the cookie, so Sleuth took the cookie, and he ate it because he thought I was Sleuth thought I was offering it to her, and then I don't remember exactly what happened. I think I blacked out, but I think Sleuth ate the cookie and then said, "Hey, this tastes like peanut butter," and then I was like, And then I woke up at home, and I guess they EpiPenned me or something. That sucked.
Well, it's good to know that you're still here and self-deprecating for us on your first episode of Bros in a Landfill.
Well, it's either that or this is the afterlife, one or the other. I've been dead for 16 years, and I didn't even know it. Turns out hell isn't that bad.
Well, I just want to say, Dizzy, that I'm really happy you didn't get killed by a cookie.
I'm really happy
Nah,
that
mate,
both of you.
I can confirm you're still alive.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that everyone I know is well, not everyone I know, but I'm very happy that you guys are still alive.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
haven't
know
been
if-
killed by cookies.
Cookies are dangerous, man. You have no idea. You don't know the power of chocolate chip and peanut butter.
That cookie is so good. It was
Alright.
fucking
This is just
Still
the
then.
saddest episode we've ever done. Let's end on a positive note. Let's sing. You know, let's all sing. There's that question. When was the last time you sang?
wanna
Let's
be
all
the
sing.
very die.
best, like no
Like
one,
no
ever,
one ever
was.
was. Dun,
Well,
dun,
that's
dun,
well,
dun,
that's my
dun,
real
dun,
set.
dun.
Okay.
Bros in the landfill signing out.
Gotta
Signing
catch
off.
'em all.
Bye.